All right, we are live. Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom.
Yes, guys, welcome to the channel. Um, as you see by the title, man, what is really what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on? I know it's like year to year this happens, but this is something different. This is like wow, the videos that we see and stuff. It's like dang, that's a lot. People being stuck in their house, seeing this around their house and stuff. Houses getting tore up and really like this is this is something different. This is something different. What do you think?
Yeah. I think either way it goes, I know there's like a lot of things that people are like, well, this is all planned. I think either way, what people don't understand with the Most High's judgment is he can use whoever he wants to send judgment, and it will still be judgment
Who
done
would
by
what?
his hand either way.
Yeah,
Either
exactly.
way, whether it's planned, not planned, whether it came naturally, unnaturally, it still is judgment. And people are in the video literally. And this is why I said when I saw the videos, I'm like, they're in hell.
Yeah,
They're literally walking through hell on earth.
I can't imagine like being there seeing that. Like the the video that we about to share, a couple videos that we're going to share. It's like, man, they make it seem like it's normal. People just make it seem like it's normal. Like, oh yeah, this happens a year, but this is the worst. And just being there, it just seems, just watching it, it just seems like, whoa, this is a lot. It's a
America
lot.
normalizes hell.
Ooh, that's deep.
America normalizes walking in hell, living in hell, operating in hell, being hell-ish.
That's deep.
Okay? Like that's because it's mind-boggling. We're obviously from Ohio, so there's that caveat, but it's mind-boggling that we have humans on the earth today that could be in the midst of a fire and say, this is just normal. This isn't regular. Like, where are people's senses?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do your senses not work? That's strange. That's a sign of judgment. And a sign of the judgment also being attributed to you when you can't even discern that you're in the middle of judgment.
Man,
that's an issue.
It's a big
Why
issue.
is the adrenaline not there? Why is the brain's neuroconnectors not working? They're not connected.
The senses, the common senses, put it like that. Just the common sense of, this. I don't know. It's crazy to me to think like, man, if you know what's going on, America's just being judged. Year after year, it's just getting worse and worse.
And more
And
obvious.
more and more obvious. And it's like, we did not want to be there. Just put it like that, because we knew what was going to come to it, and we just didn't want to be near it at all. We didn't want to be near it at all.
And we had clients who actually flew from LA to Africa, didn't return. They've been going, across South Africa, East Africa, North Africa, even like Asia, parts of the Middle East. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow, that's such a blessing that they were able to be obedient to the call. But mind you, they were obedient to that call 4 years ago.
Yeah.
3-4 years ago. Like, it's never too early to be obedient to the call, put it like that. It's better you be early in obedience and you got time to spare to prepare properly than to be at the last minute. Because if you're at the last minute, you're going to get caught in these last minute flames and nobody can help you. Firefighters can't even come in and help. Like, let's just play the video, because this is like,
yeah,
that's intense. Like, what do you even do? What do you even do when that's occurring? Do you just sit there and like, what can you do? You run. I don't know what you do.
And then the winds, like I said, we're just going to play the video. So stay tuned. Make sure you like the video. If you are in the chat, leave your comments below and let us know. If you are in the area or if you're close to the area, just let us know what's going on. And yeah, we're just about to play the video.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay. Oh.
When I was driving to the command post, it really looked like an apocalypse.
It's beyond anything I think any of us could have ever imagined. It looks like we're in a third world country.
100-mile-per-hour wind gusts, hurricane-force winds, unleashing fires across Southern California at this hour. These are the images coming in right now. Authorities are calling this a, quote, particularly dangerous situation.
Straight to that major emergency unfolding in Los Angeles right now. As we go to air, 4 major fires are surrounding the city and raging out of control. Harrowing images show the apocalyptic blaze. Near Malibu, residents filming as fire engulfs their home.
You're gonna be okay.
Incredible pictures, aren't they? Hurricane strength winds are fanning the blaze.
You couldn't see. There was spot fires everywhere. There was trees coming down literally as we were driving, and multiple houses on fire. Definitely the worst brush fire and worst incident that Pasadena has seen in its history.
Absolute catastrophe in Southern California, being described by people there as just hell on earth.
This is the view from an airplane as from KTLA photographer Paul Sanchez, as he's giving us an aerial perspective to the devastation in the Palisades. Sky 5 unable to fly due to a temporary flight restriction put in place because President Biden is in town, but this is an incredible view of what it looks like from above.
First, how would you describe what is happening in your city this morning?
It is absolutely cataclysmic. It is terrifying. It is bigger than anything we've ever seen. And we live in fire country. We're used to having fires every year, particularly since the onset of climate change. But what we see today, 3 full-scale fires and 2 smaller fires all at once in Southern California is one of the most outlandish things that we've seen with regard to fire.
It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell.
The fire is growing. We have no percentage of containment.
Okay.
We can just turn it up. We good now. We just let it keep going. But yeah, wow. Guys, like that's a lot. That's a lot. We just gonna let the video play. But man, that is literally what they just like. It's literally like hell on earth. So we like. It's sad to say, like, dang, this is happening, and we are praying for the people that's been infected, because they said the worst, and this is the worst that ever happened. So it's like, wow, this is something different. This is something different.
2025 started off with a bang. It started, you had the New Orleans thing that happened. What else happened? It was the New Orleans thing, some other terrorist thing that happened. It's day 9 in January. You see the worst fire in California history happen. And, you just have to ask yourself, actually, don't even ask yourself. You just have to ask the Most High, what else is in store? Should I just ask? There's nothing wrong with just inquiring of your Savior, your King, just to say, Father, what is in store for 2025? Are you providing an escape, a route to bypass this for me? And if you are, what would that be? When you start to ask those types of questions, you'll be living your best life and saving your lineage. Because literally, and we know that LA is filled with a lot of debauchery. Let's just be honest. We know LA is filled with a lot of different transgressions, not just LBGT, a lot of just horrible wickedness that the Most High finds abominable, that he does not enjoy. And the Most High, he will really show you how he judges and what he discerns. Because sometimes people come on the channel and they're like, well, Africa's horrible and Europe's horrible, everywhere's horrible. America's not that horrible. Well, obviously the Most High thinks it's pretty horrible. When you see fires like this that are allowed to happen, that the Most High allows and says, yes, allow that to happen. That's perfect. That's ideal. That's my will for this time. Yeah,
just think like this really got me thinking of like just say you wake up from like a coma and you really don't remember a lot of stuff, and then this is the first thing that you see.
What would you think? You'd be
You
like,
would
this
really
is
think
hell.
that this is hell. And it's like, wow, this is a lot. Like those winds,
They said hurricane,
100 miles per hour.
Ooh, hurricane wind, and it's still going. So wait, has this not been contained at all yet? Because earlier in the
Those
video,
winds
he
is
said they
crazy.
haven't contained any percentage. Is that still accurate as of today, January 9th? I know it's nighttime over there, but that's like, and I even saw people on Instagram, they're like, yeah, I had to evacuate. I just wish that people would begin to understand, whether they're worldly or not worldly, humanity is going to have to come to an understanding of what the Most High's will is in this earth in the last days. Like it or not, humanity needs to start asking the right questions to the Creator. But it brings the scripture to mind, for all of this indignation, for all of this wrath and judgment, they still did not repent. So by prophecy, we know there's going to be no repentance. You know, people are just going to continue doing, they may even increase doing what they do. You know, America will continue to go down that trajectory as is prophesied. So expect more stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why, man, we just got to pray for that mental stability, spiritual stability of just being in tune with the Most High, because there is a lot of things that's going to happen that is not going to be normal. We're going to see a lot of things that we are not used to seeing. It's like, dang, somebody said the fires are still burning. 80,000 were ordered to evacuate. 80,000. That's a lot of people.
80,000.
80,000.
And that's not even the least. There's still more content that's coming out about this. But, you know, it may wake people, you know, maybe some of the remnant that's in California, maybe this will be something that wakes them up, because there's nothing like seeing the judgment and the movement of the Most High to that's right in your proximity. That's like, okay, I see what this is. This is clear as day.
Man, and that's not even, look, it's so much stuff that happens in California. With the fires,
they wicked as all get out.
With the
Hollywood,
earthquakes.
Oh, they wicked.
And I know we're talking about this, so you know we want to, you know, say that we are praying for the people that that's affected by this, but we have to be clear of, you know, the Most High is doing this for a reason, and you have to know why He's doing this. So we are praying for the people that's been affected by this, because it is a crazy situation. That's like, man, I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine being there right now, just seeing a house next to me or my house being on fire. Like that is a lot. So I just want to make that clear to, you know, to the audience, to the viewers that's watching.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, guys, there's more content coming out. You know, I don't know where people are evacuating to. They're probably just like fleeing, running if they have family in, you know, Northern California. I imagine that's where people are running. Maybe they're going by the ocean, like Ricky said, or something. I don't know. What do you do with
That's why I'm like, wow, this is so it's fires in one place of the state, and then earthquakes happening in another place of the state. To me, it sounds very dangerous. It sounds
fire in Beverly Hills too.
It sounds
which is inland.
Man, it's not good. It's not good.
This is why it's so pivotal for people to understand Yah's prophecy. It doesn't matter what government don't agree with you. It doesn't matter what church don't agree with you. When Yah says He will judge Babylon and it will fall in an hour, just take that as reality. Take that as the realest thing that's even more real than your hand in front of you, because His word is exalted above His name.
Yeah,
why does He say void. That? He says, I exalt my word above my name, because everything that I say is going to come to pass, whether you like it or not, whether you're the remnant or not. So the remnant is actually made up of people who say, okay, well, let me not be in his way. Let me move to the side and get where I need to be. The remnant don't just stand in the judgment of the Most High and say, well, I'm the remnant. That's not remnant spirit. That's foolishness.
Yeah. Just listen and put your works with your faith. You gotta act. You gotta act now.
Yeah. You
can't just stay there and sit and just watch it, like, because eventually it's gonna consume you. That fire is gonna consume you.
Consider that the Most High could have literally sent dreams to some of these people that were going to be near this fire. And people will just bypass and be like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Yeah. If you don't have nobody around you that believes in the spirit of the Most High through prophecy, dreams, vision, let yourself be the only one called today and be happy about it. Okay? Because the lack of prophetic understanding, the lack of being able to see the future will cost you your very livelihood in 2025. It's just not a joke. Prophecy is not a joke. And by the looks of it, 2025 is definitely going to be the year it's going to ramp up. We see these fires, something worse is going to happen in the next few months in these fires. Right now, we're like, wow, these fires are bad. But in a few months, we're going to be like,
man, so much. Because I've been seeing earthquakes everywhere. And I've been seeing earthquakes in diverse places. So that's tough right there, where I'm thinking about the fires, but what's to come with these earthquakes and stuff. I don't know if we're gonna share it on here, but we will see. But we have another video that we're gonna play about these fires, because shout out to Aki, shout out to Ricky for sending me this. Because it's valid. It's valid. So we're gonna play this and let us know your comments.
You want to cut the other?
Yeah, that's a lot. So they were saying like
they couldn't hear it. They said.
Oh, no sound.
Why did we hear it?
Yeah, we heard it clear. Okay, one more time, guys.
Let's try again. Sorry.
They're waving me down.
State of California, because of this, they're 90 years old. They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance. And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre. My parents are in Sierra Madre, but...
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well, north of Sierra Madre Boulevard.
Yeah, I snuck here. You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, Send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known.
Speechless.
Yes. So basically, you know, she was saying what 4 months ago, 5 months ago, the insurance people stopped doing the insurance.
Yeah, they took off fire protection.
Yeah, fire.
Home insurance has different protection levels, so they took off the fire protection ahead of time. They said we not helping y'all. It does make you wonder. That's very interesting. Massive cancellations of homeowners policies weeks before the Palisades. I don't know if I'm saying that right. One of the major insurance companies canceled all policies in the neighborhoods. Water reservoirs were left empty. People were trapped and stranded to die without any help, just like what happened in Maui. What the hell is going on in Los Angeles is what that tweet says. That's you know what? It just reminds me of the scripture that talks about give to her double. Like, this is what that sounds like. Like, give to her double trouble. Like, oh, you thought you was real bad enslaving the ancestors, right? Enslaving our people, killing off all those native Californians and indigenous people. Now the descendants of the people that had this colonization, that was killing all these natives, that was doing all these things. I don't know if anybody knows Torah. I don't know if anybody knows what happens when judgment falls on a land, but it sounded very much like that. And the Most High could be using, you know, whoever's behind the scenes that could be intentionally doing this, whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is, judgment stands, and he will use a multitude of vessels in the earth to perpetuate his judgment, because he owns the earth and all that fills it.
Yeah, it's like, man, like that's why I say you always gotta you gotta do your research. You gotta know what's going on. Because that's different what they was just talking about, what happened in Hawaii. Was that like 2 years ago?
I have no idea. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Where it was the rich people in Hawaii, the land, they was trying to buy the land, and then all of a sudden fires broke out, and it was certain type of, man, it gets deep. Like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, please leave a comment.
Who wants to buy the land? Bill Gates?
Yeah, like it was, or like
China or somebody?
Oprah's house was there. It was like rich people's house that didn't get burnt, but all the rest of the houses, it was some type of the roof was blue. So I don't know. It was a lot. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So that is something to think about. That's like, man, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially with these fires. And what happened in Malibu, or what? Not Malibu. I just say Hawaii.
Maui,
Hawaii, yes. So that's something different.
Yeah, and Taja, there's a lot of demons in LA, Messianic temples. Yeah, it's definitely present, although it's sad that children are affected, for sure. Yeah, for sure. America is going to pay for what they did to our ancestors and on us. Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah.
Maui, you need a blue roof.
Exactly. Yeah. If you know, you know. I'm not sure when that happened. I want to say it was a couple years ago. It's so much stuff that happens that you forget about what happens until it's brought up.
Having us live on stolen land and paying tremendous rent prices. Yeah, it's all falling down. Yeah, it has no choice. It can't. It's not sustainable. Let's just put it like that. The sins have reached up to heaven. They're not sustainable sins. I mean, no sin is sustainable, but it's reached this point where it's like, okay, now I have to come down. Now I got to show you whose side I'm on and what I'm going to do. And the Most High, he's like, I'm on my own side. The Most High, he's not the type of God to where he comes to your side. He's the type of strong power where you better get on his side. You better go relocate yourself, relocate your life to get in transition with him. That's how that works. The Most High don't have to come and do what you want him to do.
Man.
Unbelievers, they always say that in videos. They're always like, why didn't he? First of all, have some respect when you're talking about Yahuah. Sabaoth. Have some respect. Why do people as humans think that they can dictate and tell the Most High how to be the Most High? You can't even dictate your own life, but want to tell the Most High how to be an omnipresent being that has always been. Please. America's going to get some real humility this year.
So it's
extremely humble.
But everything is happening for a reason. The Most High is allowing it. So you just got to know it's going to get worse than this.
So right. We're just on day 9 of the year. It will get much worse.
So it's like, man, you really got to protect your mind, your spirit, your emotions.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Like that's overwhelming.
Man.
That's overwhelming. And judgment's the type of thing where it's like when it's too late, it's just too late. It goes back to what we were talking about in a video we did yesterday, the parable of the 5 wise virgins and 5 foolish. When judgment comes, it's not like he's going to be like, okay, no, when it's already there, it's just done. Like,
yeah, it's not waiting for nobody. It's not going to wait for you to be like, okay, the fire's right next door. Get out. No, it's surrounding your house now. Now what you going to do? It's not funny. I'm not trying to laugh and stuff, but yeah, it is a real wake-up call. It is.
Yeah, and us, the remnant that has the Most High, we really ought to be using our authority and power. We ought to be using our authority and power to see what the future is. All of the diviners, the witchcraft people, they look at these things because they want to know what's going to happen. But the people who actually believe in the Bible or say they believe it do not wonder about these things and don't just open the books of the prophecy and accept it as prophecy. Do you know there are witches out there that do spells and all of these things so that they can learn what's happening when your Bible has already told you what's happened and what's going to be and what will be again? There are people that will literally, in the spirit kingdom of darkness, fast for days on end, hours on end to figure out what's coming. But in your Bible is already written what's coming. You don't even have to do as much work as they do with all these charms and all these rocks and all these this and all this that. But we look at the Bible as a toy. We look at it as entertainment, to sit on the Sabbath, to sit in church and just hum and debate and hum and debate and hum and debate. And people have a form of godliness, but they deny the power therein. The power therein is that I should have some type of authority in my life to receive prophecy, to know what's coming, to heal the sick, to raise the dead, to maneuver. Even Moses, when he was up against the 3 magicians, 1 to 3, but it wasn't 1 to 3. It was Yah against everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't stand down. This is the time for that. Instead of just sitting here, because the folks that are in a spirit of religion,
that's deep,
are going to be reaping exactly what is happening right now.
That's deep. That's deep.
Because you have religion and not relation. Religion and not relation. Which would you rather have? Religion or relationship? You want to look the part, you want to sound the part, you want to have all the titles, all the church, all the this, all of that, but no power. When it comes to actual understanding, actual power, actual fruits of the spirit, people are bleeding in the spirit right now. The kingdom of wickedness is bleeding in the spirit. Every remnant person can discern who is actually of the Most High and who's not.
Yeah.
And we move accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah. If you read the Bible and you just, like she was just saying, like, just, you know prophecy and you're just going to stay there, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really don't know what to tell you because we see it clear as day. And you just have to get out. Like, you really do. It's not a choice. It's really not a choice. And if it's so much confusion that you are accepting the confusion. And we know confusion is not of the Most High.
Yeah.
If you want to be confused, hey, be confused. And you're gonna, like, everything's just gonna catch up to you. Like, all this confusion gonna catch up to you. It's gonna make you stay still. It's gonna make you just be caught up in the flames. Like, literally. So don't be confused. This confusion it's been here on the earth. You really got to make the simple choices. You got to make the simple choice. And it's very simple.
It's very simple. It's never been even more simpler. It's even more simple than when we left in 2020. It's much more simple. But it goes back to what we were saying in one of the last videos, how people will have more books than our ancestors had. Ooh. Abraham didn't have one Bible in his hand. The word was in his heart.
That's deep.
He wouldn't receive a dream from the Most High and say, let me go check it against 50 scriptures and then go ask the pastor down the road, then go ask this network down. Like, that's not how Abraham moved, because that's not faith, that's fear. Mm-hmm. That's double-mindedness. When you got to ask this person, you ask this church, then you got to ask this elder. Then Abraham knew the Most High for himself, and it was accounted to him for righteousness.
Yeah. Less and less faith. As time moved on, less and less faith and more fear. We know fear is the opposite of faith. We know faith is the opposite of fear. So,
yeah, the scripture says knowledge puffeth up. More and more books. It puffs the spirit of man pride. Why more spiritual books would cause pride? You don't know, but it's a work of the flesh where people will read so many books, but paralyzed. Now, these books, they were supposed to be healing you. So why was Abraham better off? Why? When he didn't have technology, his father and him did not get along because he was an idol worshiper. He didn't have a congregation. He was literally alone with his wife. He didn't even have kids yet. And he, in the background, is even low-key stressed about that because he's like, man, I want to have children. If you really empathize with Abraham, having to tell his dad, look, I know you're my father. If anybody knows how African civilizations are, there's a huge respect for elders. So what happens when a man like Abraham is living on the continent, tells an elder, his father, I will not worship your idols. Take your idols. In fact, I'm going to throw them and I'm going to break them to prove to you that I do not respect them. Neither does the Elohim, the God that I serve, respects them. Mm-hmm. People would see that and be like, you better get your son. These idols are our moneymaker. You better go get him. You want me to get him?
That's deep, man.
Abraham doesn't care. Yeah, he didn't care.
You got to put yourself in Abraham's shoes if you really want to, get out of that country, because that's what we did when that's our
testimony.
Point, our testimony. Like when we really started to think about Africa moving, we like, man, Abraham, he only had the clothes off his back and he went
and was increased greatly.
Yeah,
greatly. That man, he was not broke. The Most High said, go out. I'm going to make you a mighty nation. With that blessing, in the Most High saying, I'm going to make you a mighty nation, he's also telling him, you're going to be very wealthy, because the Most High does not give increase without the increase needed to provide for the provisions for the increase. So he says, your descendants are going to be as the sands of the sea. Can you believe it? He has no child at this time. He's like, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. You got to be a little bit delusional with the Most High. You have to be. That's faith. Faith is delusion, to the point I receive your dreams and visions and I'm like, yep, I believe you. Yeah, I see that. I believe you. I don't have it in my hands yet, but I believe you. Mm-hmm. I'm on code with it. Ricky says, already sent one son away and had to sacrifice the other. The only one known to be Abba's friend. Yeah, absolutely. And we have that testimony sitting in our Bibles.
Yeah, that
we need to act on. If we're his descendants, if we're part of that promise, then Yahushua say greater works than these. What's greater than that? It's hard to comprehend, but I believe it will come to pass. I don't know what it is, but I believe it for my legacy and our generations. I know it 100%.
Yeah, we know it. We walked it. Or we are walking it. We still are walking it. And I'm glad that we did, because that showed us like, hey, this is what you got to do to just be increased. You can't just not walk it. You got to act. You just gotta act with your faith. Like it's simple. That's why we keep saying it's simple.
Yeah, it has to be simple. It has to be, or else you won't do it. And it's really only reserved for the remnant. Even Yahushua said, I'm unable to do my healing works in Judah for their unbelief. He says, let the dead bury their dead. Come follow me.
So out, y'all.
He's unable to do the works because of faith, meaning there were sick people in Judah. There were people that needed him in Judah, but they didn't know they needed a savior. They didn't know that they didn't have enough faith. And so he could not even perform his own works. The greatest of all time, the most high, the absolute best, the king of the universe, came in the form of humanity, comes to Judah specifically and says, your lack of faith, I can't work with this. I'm going to have to go to the northern part of Israel. I'm going to have to go elsewhere because I'm trying to work goodness in y'all. This is why he sent the temple. If you're thirsty, he's crying, come to me. You're going to have rivers of living water that's never going to run dry. Why is he crying? Because he sees the destruction that happens when you don't have faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Not halfway possible, not wanting, impossible. Meaning, without faith, you think you're walking on a straight and narrow path, and the Most High says, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of wickedness. You lazy servant. I put blessings in you. I put a piece of my divinity in you. I was crucified for you, and you still wouldn't believe. That's like a slap to the Most High's face. It's mad disrespectful. It just is. And people are going to hear that on Judgment Day. That's why in the book of Matthew, he's telling people that thought they were going to the kingdom, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. We have to ask, why does he say that? How can there be people that read the Bible, think they're doing the Most High's will, and then find out they're not doing it? What's going on? Wheats and tares? What's happening? The wheats and tares look so similar.
Yeah, workers of iniquity. What is iniquity? It's you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. You know it's wrong, but you keep doing it. Like you know, hey, this place is about to be judged, but you still want to stay. You know what's going on around you. It's not of Yah, but you still just be right there. Like
That's scary. That's reprobate. That's really scary.
Yeah. But so for you, time flies, huh?
Yeah, time always flies when we're on live.
Yeah, we got a couple more things to show real quick. We're not gonna go too deep into it, but I think because all these fires, because this is every time we try to look up news, this is all that was popping up was fires.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to know this too about this earthquake. Before I share it, let me know in the comments. And thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for interacting. Thank you guys for liking the video. If you in the chat and you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video. But before I share it, have you guys heard of earthquakes in diverse places? Let me know. Have you guys heard of this earthquake in China?
I just love how everybody's dropping different scriptures in the chat. I just love that. It's like a nice little community Bible study. It's really great.
Yes. So this is live right now. So it started at 5.2? This is January 6th.
Just 3 days ago, 36 hours.
But we come to January 7th. Right? Am I saying that right? Yeah. So this is live. this is a big one. January 6th, it was a 7.1 earthquake. And the videos, I really can't find any videos about it. I think I gotta like go on like Twitter or Facebook or something like that. But like literally houses was being destroyed. I want to say it was over 100 people died and stuff, and way more affected by this earthquake. So I just wanted to show that because it is a lot of things that's happening outside of America, and these earthquakes is happening right on the fault lines. Fault lines. So you got to just be aware of what's really happening.
Yeah.
Or just all around the earth.
Yeah, this is why the Most High says that he sends people as watchmen on the walls. Why would you got to ask yourself, okay, why would we need a watchman on the wall? A lot of Americans are like, oh, I don't want to listen to the news. I don't want to know what's going on. So why did he create watchmen? To be watching for the signs of the times. Because he wants you to know the signs of the times and to understand what's happening. So this is because without understanding what's happening, then obviously you don't have the proper context for your prayers, right? You need to pray according to what's going on around you, what's going on in the world. You need to have the proper context to get the right answer from the Most High to see what's happening. Because with that proper context, okay, earthquakes in diverse places, fires, okay, healthcare scares, okay, people passing out and dying, okay, floods, okay, that tells me Revelations 18 is coming to pass. Okay, what's a few verses down from that? Cool. So my prayer point needs to be in accordance with what's happening in Revelations 12 and Revelations 18. Okay, Father, so you said the land will open up for the woman. Where is my land that's going to open up for me as a descendant of the woman?
Yeah, it's a lot.
This is how you need to pray in these times. This is how we pray. We have very powerful prayers. And that, like, you gotta have a prayer strategy. And the only way to do that is by studying the word. And having that relationship with the Most High.
And this is not even like a quarter of the stuff that's happening. That's why, we try to come on here to tell these people, like tell, the viewers, hey, it's a lot of stuff that's happening. I know your news channel might not cover it, but it is a lot of stuff that's happening. Even like these earthquakes is actually hitting these fault lines. I want you guys to understand that it's the most earthquakes right now is on the fault lines that could split up the whole earth or parts of the earth.
Not the whole earth.
Parts of the earth. So just got to be aware of what's going on.
Just like when the ground opened up at the tents of Korah. And Torah, the ground opened up. The Most High's judgment, man. When you think about the ground opening up, and that's literally what it looks like in some parts of Ethiopia. Like the ground is like split. Okay, if your cattle are there, if you're there, ground opens up. Judgment.
That's deep. That's deep.
You gotta be on code with the Most High. You really gotta be on code. You really gotta be in His will. You really gotta move with His Spirit and actually display the fruits of the Spirit. Without displaying of the fruits of the Spirit, then you don't have the Spirit. It's just like a walking zombie.
Mm-hmm. You want to read this one now?
So lastly, the polar vortex that is hitting Winter Storm Cora, a snowstorm, ice threat from Texas to California, including Dallas. Wow. How did it get ice and fire?
Carolina's not California.
Oh, Carolina's my bad, not California.
Which is, it's usually hot, right?
It's winter.
It's usually hot.
No, not in the winter. No. In America, when it's winter, everywhere is cold. Everywhere, look. In America and winter, everywhere is cold. Even the southern areas. The southern areas may not be negative 25, but no, they had a huge snow in Texas just a few years ago, 2020, 2021. Remember? It was a bad snowstorm. Whew. America's going through it, man. All over. So this is a warning for... Can you go back to that?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh. Yeah, South gets cold. South gets very cold, for sure. I was born in the South. Warning 4, we're going to name some cities, and hopefully you guys, if you live in these cities, you're stocking up. Gosh, we had a winter storm in Ohio when I was like 8. You know, it's great if you have a fireplace, lots of blankets to keep warm, lots of food, you know, because this winter storm, judging by how 2025 is going so far, the winter storm's probably going to be pretty bad. So Austin, Texas, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Alabama. Is Jackson? Oh, that's Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Knoxville, Tennessee, Charleston. Is that West Virginia? Charleston, West Virginia, or Virginia, and Louisville, Kentucky are under winter storm warnings, watches, and advisories. Okay. So you need to prepare, stock up. The South is getting hit badly. This winter is like interesting for America right now. I think last winter was pretty mild, wasn't it? But this year it's like, this year it's like
it's like this year is only what nine days in a year. So it's like, man, all this stuff is happening, but don't be distracted. You know, have your foundation, have the Most High at your foundation, and know you just got to build. You really got to build your spirit up in Him. You got to have that word increase in you, because everything that's happening that we just named, I know that's a lot to deal with, but what's the most important thing to deal with? And that's your relationship with the Most High. Like, really.
And act on that relationship. Like when He gives you advice, when He gives you prophecy, when He gives you something to understand, take action with what you just heard or what you just received. That's the only way to manifest it in the physical.
Yeah.
I'm in Maryland. We got hit earlier this week. Shalom, I live in Pasadena, California, a few miles from the fire. It's crazy out here.
So,
wow. Y'all have mercy. DMV area. My goodness, I don't know what's about to happen in Texas. I hope you all get through it. Yeah, winter storms, you know, the winter storms are difficult because, you know, it's just so cold. Hopefully the electricity stays on and stuff. Yeah, maybe get some gas stoves, right? Get some gas little propane tanks. You can eat some rice and beans and stuff, some chapati, rice and beans and stuff with that gas tank, so that you will have power still if the electricity goes out. If you have a fireplace, that's great. We had a fireplace growing up. And so when that winter storm came, our power was out for like 2 weeks in Ohio. It was a bad storm. I think the temperature got down to like -15 at that time, -10. And so, you know, we ain't have no electricity. You ain't got no gas, but we had a fireplace. So that was a blessing. These are things to think about if you're staying in America. Live on a property that has a fireplace. Mm-hmm. If you're going to stay there, you know, make wise decisions in where you live. Don't be completely dependent on your electricity, or modern day house if you live in the middle of Antarctica in America.
Yeah, because even like here in Africa, they have propane tanks, maybe like, I don't know how many liters or whatever, but it's a big propane tank. It's huge, it's big. And it probably lasts, like if you cook every day, it probably lasts a month and a half.
Right.
So little things like that, you could probably stock up on and be prepared.
Stock up now.
Just in case, you know, electricity go out, and you gotta, you know, have that gas.
Maybe, you know, they used to have those little, you would have those plastic things you put in your gloves when it's cold.
Yeah, the little.
You could probably buy those things. That might come in handy.
Yeah, it could come in handy.
Because you're gonna want a little warmth
in
those winter storms. You're gonna want some warmth.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to want some warmth. Journey with us. Can y'all create a video sharing the advantages of getting an African passport in addition to our USA passport? Absolutely. That's a great idea. The question is related to a video you brought out earlier today. Yeah, for sure. That's a good topic.
Yeah, we'll do that right after this.
Right.
Let's get it done.
Yeah, we were watching this YouTube video yesterday from this brother that has it was so motivational. He's like, I treat my YouTube as my full-time job, and he still has his full-time job. We were like, wow. He was like, he says he shows up multiple times a day. He works his YouTube like his full-time job and still has his full-time job. Y'all know we have a full-time business. And we'd be like, well, you know, we'll just do a few videos a week on Journey with Us. Nah, it's not the season.
It's not
for
time.
that.
Look, it's time to get everything out of that system as you can.
Everything you can extract.
Like for real. So if you don't got a YouTube channel,
create it today.
Create it today. Just start talking on it. Say, hey, it's day one. I just want to say hi. And now I don't know what to talk about, so bye. So it's that simple. You never know what could pop off. There's so many people. I think you was watching a video yesterday of this girl. She was just on her couch just talking about her life.
Yeah.
And it was like it wasn't like, we was watching it. It wasn't like a huge channel. And I'm like, dang, people really just be creating videos just talking. And that's what people like. If you really get what you can out of this system. So for us, we buy posts every day.
Yeah,
multiple times. Look, for real. Like for real. And I'm not that type. I like lives. I feel like if I do a video, I gotta kind of like, we are totally different. And you're gonna see with these videos because yesterday we was like, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So I'm like, man, I'm about to go record a video. Blah, 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 blah. I come back up. She's like, oh yeah, I got 10 points I wrote down. And I'm like, dang, I ain't write nothing down. I just go with the flow. So I'm telling you guys, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Create you a YouTube, get your money while you can, because this guy that we watched yesterday, man, he said he made $175,000 a month
on YouTube. Yes.
And it's like, dang, like
we was like,
you just got you got to go all in. You got to go all in. Yeah. Like for real. Like for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Hey, shalom, Eddie. Man, look, we kind of mentioned you guys a little bit earlier. I hope all is well. I see you traveling around. Man, it's so crazy. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to say.
That
was so long ago, like 3 years ago. So shout out to No Limit Eddie. Thanks for tuning in. Trust me, look, I keep up with you every day. I know you are enjoying just going around, traveling, being digital nomad. All praises to the Most High that He's protecting you and your sister. Just enjoying life,
Yeah.
Just enjoying the promise that he gave us to enjoy. So
yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah.
Yeah, y'all. Be wise, making the right decisions today, tomorrow, the next few days. You're going to be thankful in the next few years. We've been talking about this so much recently because the 5-year mark in Africa is coming up. And each year we've made risky, wonderful decisions. Decisions where you tell the wrong person, they're like, no, you shouldn't do that. That's too risky. No, don't do that. Don't buy that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, what if this? And then every time we're like, no, we're going to do it. Nope, actually, I'm going to do it. Nope, I'm going to invest in this. Nope, I'm going to do it. Looking back now, a few years is like, oh, thank y'all that we had some wisdom and the courage to stand up in the face of people that just don't know what the hell they're talking about, to be quite honest. And so if you got people around you, it's like, no, don't invest in that. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, what if that and that. Cut them off. Say, guess what? This boundary, you're going to get these boundaries because we ain't got time for this in the last days.
Yes.
We just don't have time.
Really? Like for real?
We don't have time.
You better spend your time wisely. Like you got to. Just give it for real. Give it all you got. It's not time to like sit on your hands and be still. Like you really gotta, give praises to the Most High and just
get to work.
Just for Him waking you up. Just get to work. There's so many ways to make a little income. I know a lot of people say, man, I want to move to Africa, but I don't have the income. I don't have the income. And there's so many ways that you can try to generate some income. So,
Yeah, most of our people are experts and they don't see it in themselves, which is something that's so sad, because working in corporate, working in banking, working with a lot of these different institutions, experts, all the time in white America, they will be less qualified than you, but have 100% more audacity. Black people's resumes will be the most lit thing, the most qualified experience, and people will come to us and be like, I don't know what to do. And it's like,
just do it. Just do it. Like, really.
What do you mean you don't know what to do? You got everything you need. What do you mean? It's a confidence issue. It's a spiritual issue. It's like, y'all, Black Americans are literally the best experts on the face of the planet. That's why there's so many experts that were created by us and inventions. Okay? Like literally to customer service people, even if you're just in customer service and you're like, well, that's nothing. No, that's a whole standard operating procedure that you could be offering to small businesses. Mm-hmm. And you could be posting videos about that every day, creating your blog content, creating educational content. If you're in finance, if you're in healthcare, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this healthcare license. Mm-hmm. Start sharing your experiences.
Really?
Start talking about what you know. If you have a CPR license, a first aid license, start talking about that and teach others first aid. Mm-hmm. There is just way too many things to be able to do. There's way too much to say, well, I don't know what. You're one of the most talented groups of people on the face of the planet, if not the most talented. But our people are like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, you can literally do anything. Like you can do videos about your shoe collection. Like for real, like anything.
I wouldn't do that, but
most
people are experts really beyond what they can even comprehend. If you've worked in retail, you can start to offer retail consulting services to new e-commerce brands. Like, y'all, if anybody just wants to drop in the chat and you're like, what do I do? Just drop it in the chat. We'll answer you right now in real time. It'll be a short 10, 15-minute workshop. And tell us what your last 5 years of experience is in. Tell us what you have a passion about in the chat.
That's good.
We're going to give you some now, real time. Yeah, people want and need to hear your story, which is something like you didn't go through all your experiences in life in vain. You didn't come here as a vessel of the Most High just to be here in vain and to sit on your hands. Like, share those stories, share that experience, because it's a testimony for somebody else. Somebody could be depressed that day and they come across your video and they're like, wow, that just changed my mind. That just changed my life. That just inspired me. That just gave me some insight into how to move in this situation, right? Even therapists. We have a handful of clients that have mental health offices, that have therapist offices, and they work their entrepreneurship online, virtual telehealth, as in stay in their home office, serve their clients online, book their clients through Instagram, call it a day. That there's so many, even hairstylists. Man, we had a client that actually has a hair care product, like a business. So she does hair cares, she doesn't do hair, but she has a product for hair. She does natural hair consultations for women that are 4C natural hair that want to know how to care for their natural hair, how to grow it as a package. Phenomenal brand, ended up in Walmart. The brand was explosive. Another one of those brands that we work with that went exploded over the years. Mm-hmm. Literally exploded. Yeah, that Don P, that's a great question for people. What do you love or have an interest in? Become knowledgeable and share that knowledge. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're an electrician, if you're in plumbing, what else?
Right here.
If you're in real estate, we have clients who are in real estate. They didn't just have their real estate license and sit on it and not tell people. They taught people, hey, here's how to invest in wholesale. Here's how to invest in mobile homes. People are so grateful when you're willing to share that information and not gatekeep. Because honestly, we're here today because other mentors who went before us were willing to share their story to show us, hey, this is what you do. Come in my program, come in my course. This is what I've learned. This is what I did. I used to be an engineer. This is what I would suggest you do. You need that. We get so thankful when people do that. Like, so thankful, because there's something about the older generations that were historically maybe in finance, real estate, but they didn't really want to share knowledge. Millennials, on the other hand, were like, no, we're going to curriculum that up, put that in an offer so that you can have it, so that you can live your best life. Faith in Yah, I'm a behavioral therapist. I've worked in healthcare, government mostly. Okay, so do you specialize in working with children or in a specific demographic? Government mostly, is that maybe like mental hospitals? Is that jails? Which area of government? So we can provide some more strategic guidance. The off-grid trucker, trucking and food, soul food enrichment. Immediately, the country that sticks out is Nigeria. Asade, Nigeria. Why? Because we know truckers who had their businesses in America, had government contracts in America, and then could take those government contracts and start their transportation services in Nigeria. I say Nigeria specifically because the diaspora having ties to Nigeria, you can actually start your trucking business in Nigeria for $13,000. That's it. Nigeria has one of the lowest barriers to business entry. One of the lowest. If you can take that and move it to Nigeria, you're going to become very, very much wealthy. Buy your plots of land, you'll be good. We have people in our network that have done that and have become multimillionaires doing their trucking services. Transportation is lit for Nigeria because it's that central hub. So you have West Africa, obviously on this side. Nigeria is a part of West Africa, but then you have Congo and the Central African area. And so those transportation services work excellently in that demographic. Look into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, back to the behavioral mental health. I would, if I were you, I would start looking into offering those services online. I would try to articulate what I'm able to provide to clients and talk about your previous experience. Okay, so government healthcare for children and adults, similar to home caregivers, are going to their house to do behavioral therapy to improve children's behavior. Okay, so there's two sides you can take to us when I hear home caregivers. I used to be in that industry. There's two ways that you can do this. You can offer the mental health services online through telehealth, and by creating your website and offering those services, you put up a link like acuity scheduling, and you speak to people who are going through different types of things. I would specify by working with children, that would be my niche if I was you. That's an incredible niche to have, pediatrics, because there's a huge gap in the market for that, especially in America, because American children need a lot of that therapy. But then on the flip side, you can also take it to the B2B route and sign up for these government contracts in home caregiving and assisted living, corporate contracts in home care and assisted living. That's what I would do. If I was in your position, I would look into both of those, and I would even create the website, being that you're going to be a new entrepreneur. I would create the website in a way that I'm articulating the value of both of these things. And then I'm A/B testing, which means testing two things at once to see which one gets more traction. That's what I would do if I were you. I would continue posting on the channel that you have if you're talking about mental health services, and then look into using SEO, search engine optimization. So mental health tips for children under 15. How to help your teenager feel loved and appreciated. How to help your 8-year-old stop having anger, anger disruption, whatever it is. Start educating people, and you're going to do those videos at least once a week to start. Ideally, I would suggest you do them 3 times a week. and list out all your topics for the next 3 months. List them out and just film them. Whether you're afraid, turn on the camera afraid. We used to turn on the camera afraid. We used to be sitting here like, oh my gosh, press play. And you turn on the camera afraid, you start talking. People want to hear you because you are an expert. I just want you to know that you are an expert.
Yeah.
You're an expert.
Look, she giving gems. Just look, I think look, we're gonna create a live maybe today, maybe tomorrow, since we're gonna be posting videos. I think that's a good idea. Sit here, tune in, and put your questions in the chat, because she just like literally gave what she talked about in Black Educators Amplified Beat program, but it's more one-on-one session. I think that'd be good.
Yeah,
I know you can talk. That's why I'm smiling. I'm like,
yeah, it's my passion.
She about to
I'm a strategist.
We'll stay on here all day.
Yeah,
we'll stay on here
about
all
to
day.
take out my whiteboard.
Yeah, like literally for real. So
like all the topics, like here, do this, don't do that. Yeah, I'm so passionate about strategy. I really am.
Yes. That's why I'm like, man. Dang, I forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm so, that's my passion in life, y'all.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I believe. Yeah, go ahead and email me, Tim, if you are interested in day trading or learning about trading in general. If it's stocks, forex, crypto, that is what I do one-on-one. It's a lot of people that is learning a lot. There's a lot of my schedule is piling up, so
yeah, this man busy. He be up at 2 a.m. with the clients. I'm like, yeah, you're great.
I'm like
you're fantastic.
Ricky now. He be up all night. So yeah, all praise to the Most High. But that is a skill to have. That trading, if you understand the charts and stuff, you'll be good. If you understand the fundamentals, you'll be good. You can do anything. So all praise to the Most High.
Yeah. That skill, woo, that changed our whole life, y'all. That skill, man. Investing, because once you have your business up and running and it's profitable, your next logical question is, okay, I don't want my money just sitting here going to waste. I want my money to work for me.
Exactly.
Ooh,
I want to make money while you sleep.
You wake up like, oh, look at that. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go save some more.
Really? Yeah. You start being like, man,
let's go save some more.
I want to save more. I want to invest more. I want to save more so I can invest more. So all praise to the Most High.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah.
And again, I want to let y'all know that you are experts. Please, whatever thoughts in your head that's telling you you're not an expert, you're broke, rebuke it and bind it. It's not y'all. You are an expert. You are the salt of the earth. And you can't be hidden on a hill. The light can't shine being hidden on a hill.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to let your light shine. You have to speak about your life, speak about your testimony, speak about how the Most High is moving in your business, in your life, in your marriage, in your family, right? There are so many, I just really want my people to understand that,
it's simple.
You are an expert. Corporate wouldn't have hired you if you weren't an expert. The banking institution wouldn't have hired you. They wouldn't have retained you for that long.
Yeah.
You know that you hit those KPIs. You know that you come in and manage your positions and lead the team and tell them what they need to be doing. You know you come in and consult with companies and go above and beyond. And it's time that they stop extracting your knowledge and your expertise. And it's time to push them off and say, you know what? I'm going to establish this for my lineage, even if I don't have children, so my nieces and nephews can eat. That's what kind of onco our community needs to be on. See the gems within yourself. Read Psalms 139 every single day until you believe it. Meditate on the story of Joseph until you believe it. This man that all his brothers sold him off, wanted to kill this man. That was the perfect time for his thoughts to be like, nope, nobody loves you. You're not worth it. Nope. But the Most High was like, yes, 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 yes. In fact, I'm gonna bless you in the midst of them. Psalms 23, I'm gonna bless you in the presence of your enemies. Your cup's running over. Your oil is literally running over on your head right now. That's like, do you accept it? You have to accept it. Psalms 139, y'all. You gotta accept it. Get the poverty spirit off of you. Believe in yourself. Believe in the Most High. Even if you don't believe in yourself, do you at least believe the goodness of the Most High? Because he's already pronounced you clean. He's already pronounced that this is my servant that I love and cherish, my beloved. He's already announced this to you.
Only believe.
Psalms 139, wonderful are all the ways that he made you, that your soul knows right well. When your soul knows it, it's deep in your heart. When your soul knows it, it's like you wake up like, oh, thank you. I'm sitting at the table near my king. My cup runneth over. Great. Now, how does the identity of someone that believes in that move in the earth? Shift your identity. Shift your identity. Your identity needs to align with Psalms 139 and Psalms 23. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. My cup runneth over in the shadow of death. Can you imagine that? The shadow of death is the graveyard. At noonday, you're walking through the graveyard at noonday, and the shadow of death is upon the land. It's near you, and you're like, oh, his rod and his staff protects me. He's about to anoint my head with oil. My cup is running over. Now, people see that and be like, oh my gosh, why do you say things like that? Because that's the word, and that's what I believe. Wow, my cup's running over. A famine's in the land? Great. The Most High is going to provide exceedingly beyond everything that I can ask and comprehend. Fantastic. Because that's what he wrote in Psalms. He said, the righteous eat in the famine. They lack no good thing. You lack no good thing, but do you believe it? Meaning there are gifts, talents, experiences, stories inside of you, things that you could have went through when you're working in logistics, when you're working in data analysis, when you're working in healthcare, when you're working in customer service, you're working in retail, and your manager positions in HR, things that you have experienced that are gold to somebody else and could be gold for another African entrepreneur in business that otherwise wouldn't have access to the information you have, because in corporate America, there's a lot of gatekeeping. And so in the business realm for Black folks, it's like there's a lot of gatekeeping. So we need experts that were in HR. We need experts that were in finance. We need experts that were in leadership, customer service, packaging, administration, experts that do all of these things to come in and help grow Black-owned companies. Ray Matson, super chat. Thank you so much. Let's answer your question. I'm trying to start a dropshipping business. I have a website, but no LLC, no experience. Do you guys know anyone that's a mentor or has experience drop shipping? I may be able to refer you to someone, but if you want to start a drop shipping business, you have a website, but no LLC, no experience. What is the niche for the drop shipping? I would start with choosing a specific niche.
YouTube University.
I would start by choosing, like, do you want to do travel stuff? Do you want to do iPhone cases? Like, start with the market research, because that's going to be the foundation, and make it something you're passionate about, because in the beginning of starting your business, there is going to be a lot of upfront work that you have to put in, and the passion is going to be what drives you and takes you multiple years through the business. So start with a niche. Like, do you want to drop ship water bottles? Do you want to drop ship candles? Do you want to drop ship furniture? Do you want to drop ship t-shirts? What exactly are you drop shipping? Now, most entrepreneurs make the mistake of not wanting to choose one specific niche, but this is pivotal, okay? The reason is because if you act like you're Walmart and your dropshipping business, is going to be difficult to get consistent sales, because there's not a specific message towards one specific type of customer. Versus if your dropshipping business is like, hey, I only sell kente cloth and different African fabrics that are related to the diaspora, or hey, I only do these candles and home decor. Hey, I only do these water bottles, and you can get your different sports equipment and different water bottles. That's a very specific message, okay? And then you're going to be able to create content about the dropshipping business. And marketing, it's not enough to just put the website up and say, all right, sales should come. You have to build an audience Without an audience, it's difficult to sell stuff. Meaning it's better to build the audience before even starting to get everything together, because that audience is going to be who your customers become. So start talking about the dropshipping business. What are you passionate about with the dropshipping? Sharing your journey. Then you add the link to the website on your videos. It could be Instagram, it could be YouTube. I would definitely choose Instagram though, because Instagram is very much visual, okay? With Instagram, you're going to see those different, like if you're selling the water bottles, if you're selling, you know, travel, whatever it is, you can share photos of that to your Instagram, put the link to your website, have somebody on there as a community manager, teach them how to run the Instagram page, and then you're going to have sales coming in all the time. You don't even necessarily have to run ads, although you can, but there's a way to have your Instagram running in an organic way where you're on there commenting. This is what we teach our children to do, and our assistants and our executive assistants who we've hired across Africa, to run the page for you so that you're not always on social media. Have somebody else run the page through the process that you create to grow it. Then you're posting, you're keeping up with the website, you're posting vlog content about the actual products and linking it back to your store suite, okay? That's one of the marketing avenues you can use. After that, you can start getting into email marketing as you build up your customer base and send them notifications and remind them, hey, you bought a water bottle 2 months ago. Would you like to level up and get this travel suitcase? Would you like to level up and get this sports pack, or whatever it is that you're selling? So the key in business, no matter what business you're in, is always, always, always audience marketing, educating, talking about your offers. If you don't want to talk, write about it. If you don't want to write, video about it, whatever it is, but be consistent in doing that thing. Thank you, Faith and Yah Dialogue, for the super chat.
Yeah, I think we're good. Laptop and
Any last questions? Anybody else? We had somebody in trucking, we answered specific questions for, somebody in e-commerce, somebody in mental health care. Yeah, the mental health care is so, I'm telling you, I've worked with clients in mental health. Man, they left the bedside, run their businesses. It's like telehealth. Ever since the pandemic, it's become easier for people to just productize, standardize their operating procedures, write down what they know how to do, and then assist people in an online capacity across the world. Like, you can literally do it in Dubai from America, because you can get on Instagram and speak to those people and get in those networking groups and do those speaking engagements. Why am I on 2-time speech? When I'm teaching, I move quick.
So
yeah, match the pace.
All right, guys, we're about to, the laptop's about to die, so we got to charge it, get some stuff done. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. One more question.
One more question, Big Zanba, if I'm saying that right. Corporate customer service quality assurance in Africa, how do you rate it? Oh, that's fantastic. What is the core? Is it like finance corporate? Is it HR corporate? What specific in your customer service role? Was the institution like a finance firm? Was it a technology company? I want to know what the niche is. Meaning, like, when you know what the niche is, get super, super specific. When you think you're specific enough, get even more specific. Quality assurance is such a big one in Africa, but I would start it from America. We're saying this because the reason that we got residents in the country that we're in is because we had a business incorporated and profitable in America. Most of the time, when you come to any African country, they're going to say, oh, what'd you do over there? They want to see that you have some type of proof that you've already, oh no, that's a B, child. They want to see that you have some type of proof. They want to see that you have some type of proof that you've been running the business. Okay, HR. Oh, that Big Zamba, that's easy. That's easy, okay? Yes. HR, Yes, absolutely. Standardize your customer service curriculum and quality assurance. Make it into like a 3-month program that you are going to come in and teach to banks, teach to finance institutions in Africa, teach to insurance companies in Africa. I know in Tanzania, a great one, Jubilee Insurance. There is not a lot of customer service or quality assurance. I would wrap those together in a package. But again, to even be able to do that, you need to sit down and write out your main 15 tips, your main 15 points. Start articulating that online. It can be a podcast that you create about corporate customer service and quality assurance, or it could be a YouTube channel, or it could just be a Facebook or Instagram page. But even better, to be quite honest, dealing with corporate, get on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn, you're going to have access to the leaders in Africa. The people that are on LinkedIn are like top of the line, like the president of ABSA, the president of Standard Chartered Bank, the president of so-and-so insurance group, the president of so-and-so and government institutions. So what you would do, you're going to go to these networking events in the African country of your choosing. You're going to show off your portfolio and your clients that you've been working with in America, the outcomes that you've been able to drive. Then you're going to get those corporate contracts through your consulting agency that you structure in whatever country it is in Africa, okay? And that's what I would do if I were you. HR is extremely marketable in Africa. There's just not a lot of customer service. Yeah, I'll just say it like that. There's a lot of training that can be done in quality assurance, customer service. But the main thing is I would only choose 3 countries for this. I would either go to South Africa, Kenya, or Ghana. Why? Or Botswana, because these are countries that value business development. That's the key. They need to also value what you're bringing to the table. So it have to be like Ghana, Kenya, South Africa. Maybe Zambia could potentially be a good one, but they definitely need to value business development. Being one of those top economies in Africa, you're going to find entrepreneurs that actually value their business, okay? Especially these insurance and banking institutions. So yeah, y'all, it's been a great live. Y'all got a free training session. I just love talking about. I could just go on all day. Obviously, that's why we created Black Educators Amplified. I'm finna get into all of it. I gotta go report a video and finish talking.
All praises to the Most High, guys. Yeah, go check out the video that we just posted. And yeah, like I'm pretty. Look, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna hype it up. All that information that you guys just got, right? She's gonna do it live pretty soon, and you gotta tune in, ask your questions, business questions, what you can do, because it's gonna be a good live. She's gonna drop a lot of gems. Check the links in the descriptions for the actual coaching program that's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're like next week, like January 19th.
Okay. January 19th is Black Educators Amplified. So go check the links in the description. When we are done here, we have to update the links. Also, State of Diaspora is next this Sunday. So a couple of days. It's Thursday. So you got a couple of days to sign up for that. That's where we talk about, all the information about Africa. We give you all the gems, all the experience that we have. We have some speakers that's going to share their experience, that's going to share their knowledge, and say the diaspora. So, yeah, I think that's it. No, look.
Somebody wanted us to share Ricky's email. Email us, and then we'll send his email address to you. I forget who it was.
Or his wife.
The e-commerce. What's her email? Ray Matt. Email us, and we'll send Ricky's email to you so you can get in contact with his wife for the e-commerce. email us.
Yeah, email us. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Dang, we got like 245 stars. I've been starring everything here on StreamYard. So thanks, guys, for commenting and engaging. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the likes. And we appreciate you guys. And we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't, look, check out these videos that we're going to be dropping today. One just actually dropped as we are live here. So go check that out. I'm going to do a video right after this and give you my thoughts and stuff like that. Because like earlier, we said, hey, we're going to be dropping content all 2025, all this month, all this day. So stay tuned to Journey with Us.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.